the truth. Today I seek and find all that I want. My single purpose offers it to me. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. I ask to see a different world and think a different kind of thought from those I made. The world I seek I did not make alone. The thoughts I want to think are not my own. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. That should be reassuring. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today and studying A Course in Miracles. I'm Forgiveness Willie, teaching forgiveness from the Ozarks, here for Lesson 131 in A Course in Miracles from the Foundation for Inner Peace version for Monday, May the 11th of 2026. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Failure is all about you while you seek for goals that cannot be achieved. You look for permanence in the impermanent, for love where there is none, for safety in the midst of danger, immortality within the darkness of the dream of death. Who could succeed where contradiction is the setting of his searching, and the place to which he comes to find stability? Goals that are meaningless are not attained. There is no way to reach them, for the means by which you strive for them are meaningless as they are. Who can use such senseless means and hope through them to gain in anything? Where can they lead? And what could they achieve that offers any hope of being real? Pursuit of the imagined leads to death, because it is the search for nothingness. And while you seek for life, you ask for death. You look for safety and security, while in your heart you pray for danger and protection for the little dream you made. Yet searching is inevitable here. For this you came, and you will surely do the thing you came for. But the world cannot dictate the goal for which you search, unless you give it power to do so. Otherwise, you still are free to choose a goal that lies beyond the world and every worldly thought, and one that comes to you from an idea relinquished yet remembered, old yet new, an echo of a heritage forgot, yet holding everything you really want. Be glad that search you must. Be glad as well to learn you search for heaven and must find the goal you really want. No one can fail to want this goal and reach it in the end. No one can fail to want this goal of heaven and reach it in the end. God's Son cannot seek vainly, though he try to force delay, deceive himself, and think that it is hell he seeks. When he is wrong, he finds correction. When he wanders off, he is led back to his appointed task. When he wanders off, he is led back to his appointed task. No one remains in hell, for no one can abandon his Creator nor affect his perfect, timeless, and unchanging love. You will find heaven. Everything you seek but this will fall away, yet not because it has been taken from you. It will go because you do not want it. You will reach the goal you really want as certainly as God created you in sinlessness. Why wait for heaven? It is here today. Time is the great illusion. It is past or in the future. Yet this cannot be. It is where God wills his Son to be. How could the will of God be in the past or yet to happen? What he wills is now, without a past and wholly futureless. It is as far removed from time as is a tiny candle from a distant star, or what you chose from what you really want. Heaven remains your one alternative to this strange world you made and all its ways, its shifting patterns and uncertain goals, its painful pleasures and its tragic joys. God made no contradictions. What denies its own existence and attacks itself is not of him. He did not make two minds, with heaven as the glad effect of one, and earth the other's sorry outcome, which is heaven's opposite in every way. God does not suffer conflict, nor is his creation split in two. How could it be his Son could be in hell when God himself established him in heaven? Could he lose what the eternal will has given him to be his home forever? Let us not try longer to impose an alien will upon God's single purpose. He is here because he wills to be, and what he wills is present now, beyond the reach of time. Today we will not choose a paradox in place of truth. How could the Son of God make time to take away the will of God? He thus denies himself and contradicts what has no opposite. He thinks he made a hell opposing heaven, and believes that he abides in what does not exist, while heaven is the place he cannot find. Leave foolish thoughts like these behind today, and turn your mind to true ideas instead. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth, and it is truth we seek to reach today. We will devote 10 minutes to this goal 3 times today. So there's that holy half an hour divided up into 3 10-minute practice periods. Once when you first waken in the morning, and again before you go to bed, and sometime in between. We will devote 10 minutes to this goal 3 times today, and we will ask to see the rising of the real world, to replace the foolish images that we hold dear, with true ideas arising in the place of thoughts that have no meaning, no effect, and neither source nor substance in the truth. This we acknowledge as we start upon our practice periods. Begin with this: I ask to see a different world and think a different thought from those I made. The world I seek I did not make alone. The thoughts I want to think are not my own. For several minutes watch your mind and see, although your eyes are closed, the senseless world you think is real. Review the thoughts as well which are compatible with such a world and which you think are true. Then let them go and sink below them to the holy place where they cannot enter. There is a door beneath them in your mind, which you could not completely lock to hide what lies beyond. Seek for that door and find it. But before you try to open it, remind yourself no one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. And it is this request you make today. Nothing but this has any meaning now. No other goal is valued now nor sought. Nothing before this door you really want, and only what lies past it do you seek. Put out your hand and see how easily the door swings open, with your one intent to go beyond it. Angels light the way, so that all darkness vanishes, and you are standing in a light so bright and clear that you can understand all things you see. A tiny moment of surprise, perhaps, will make you pause before you realize the world you see before you in the light reflects the truth you knew and did not quite forget in wandering away in dreams. You cannot fail today. There walks with you the Spirit heaven sent you, that you might approach this door someday, and through His aid slip effortlessly past it to the light. Today that day has come. Today God keeps His ancient promise to His Holy Son, as does His Son remember His to Him. This is a day of gladness, for we come to the appointed time and place where you will find the goal of all your searching here and all the seeking of the world, which end together as you passed beyond the door. Remember often that today should be a time of special gladness, and refrain from dismal thoughts and meaningless laments. Salvation's time has come. Today is set by heaven itself to be a time of grace for you and for the world. If you forget this happy fact, remind yourself with this: today I seek and find all that I want. My single purpose offers it to me. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. And starting at paragraph 10 to paragraph 13, you might want to read again right before you do one of your 10-minute practice periods, so you got a real good grasp on, or grip. A grasp and a grip put together is a grap. Anyway, you might look and find out, exactly what to do. But we want to find that place that underneath the world that we thought was real, that where the door wasn't locked, that we could enter in, and that the angels will usher us in, and the lights of heaven will begin to shine again as we see reality, see truth, see heaven. Okay, let's go back and take a look in our text reading. And we're in chapter 14, Teaching for Truth, Roman numeral 6, the light of communication. And as you're turning there, if you're reading through the original edition with me, read chapter 15, Roman numeral 3 today. If you're reading through the Bible with me, read Romans chapter 14. If you're going through Iyengar Yoga, Hatha Yoga, read page 156 and 157. And out of A Course of Love, read page 283 and 284, which is about halfway through that next section. The light of communication. And I'll put those in the description below so that if you want to look at it, they'll be printed there. The light of communication. The journey that we undertake together is the exchange of dark for light, of ignorance for understanding. Well, that's why we can say no one can fail who seeks to reach the truth, because we're wanting to reach the truth, and we can't fail to reach understanding, because that's where we're truly at. When we go through that little trap door on the world and we enter into our reality, we leave what we thought was real because we made it apart from God in our separate state, and we enter into our true identity, our oneness with all, with God. The journey that we undertake together is the exchange of dark for light, of ignorance for understanding. Nothing you understand is fearful. It is only in darkness and in ignorance that you perceive the frightening and shrink away from it to further darkness. And yet, it is only the hidden that can terrify, not for what it is, but for its hiddenness. The obscure is frightening because you do not understand its meaning. If you did, it would be clear and you would no longer be in the dark. Nothing has hidden value, for what is hidden cannot be shared, and so its value is unknown. The hidden is kept apart, but value always lies in joint appreciation. What is concealed cannot be loved, and so it must be feared. The quiet light in which the Holy Spirit dwells within you is merely perfect openness, in which nothing is hidden, and therefore nothing is fearful. Attack will always yield to love if it is brought to love, not hidden from it. There is no darkness that the light of love will not dispel, unless it is concealed from love's beneficence. What is kept apart from love cannot share its healing power, because it has been separated off and kept in darkness. The sentinels of darkness watch over it carefully, and you who made these guardians of illusions out of nothing are now afraid of them. Again on that last sentence. The sentinels of darkness watch over it carefully, and you who made these guardians of illusion out of nothing are now afraid of what we made. Would you continue to give imagined power to these strange ideas of safety? They are neither safe nor unsafe. They do not protect, neither do they attack. They do nothing at all, being nothing at all. As guardians of darkness and of ignorance, look to them only for fear, for what they keep obscure is fearful. But let them go, and what was fearful will be so no longer. Without protection of obscurity, only the light of love remains, for only this has meaning and can live in light. Everything else must disappear. Paragraph 4. Death yields to life simply because destruction is not true. The light of guiltlessness shines guilt away, because when they are brought together, the truth of one must make the falsity of its opposite perfectly clear. Keep not guilt and guiltlessness apart, for your belief that you can have them both is meaningless. All you have done by keeping them apart is lose their meaning by confusing them with each other. And so you do not realize that only one means anything. The other is wholly without sense of any kind. You have regarded the separation as a means for breaking your communication with your Father. The Holy Spirit reinterprets it as a means of reestablishing what was not broken but has been made obscure. All things you made have use to Him for His most holy purpose. He knows you are not separate from God, but He perceives much in your mind that lets you think you are. All this and nothing else would He separate from you. The power of decision which you made in place of the power of creation, He would teach you how to use on your behalf. You who made it to crucify yourself must learn of Him, of the Holy Spirit, how to apply it to the holy cause of restoration. Paragraph 6. You who speak in dark and devious symbols do not understand the language you have made. It has no meaning, for its purpose is not communication, but rather the disruption of communication. If the purpose of language is communication, how can this tongue mean anything? Yet even this strange and twisted effort to communicate through not communicating holds enough of love to make it meaningful if its interpreter is not its maker. If the Holy Spirit interprets it for you and not you that made it. You who made it are but expressing conflict from which the Holy Spirit would release you. Leave what you communicate to Him. He will interpret it to you with perfect clarity, for He knows with whom you are in perfect communication. Paragraph 7. You know not what you say, and so you know not what is said to you. Yet your interpreter perceives the meaning in your alien language. He will not attempt to communicate the meaningless, but he will separate all that has meaning, dropping off the rest and offering you true communication to those who would communicate as truly with you. You speak two languages at once, and this must lead to unintelligibility. Yet if one means nothing and the other everything, only that one is possible for purposes of communication. The other but interferes with it. The Holy Spirit's function is entirely communication. He therefore must remove whatever interferes with communication in order to restore it. Therefore, keep no source of interference from his sight, for he will not attack your sentinels. But bring them to him, and let his gentleness teach you that in the light they are not fearful, and cannot serve to guard the dark doors behind which nothing at all is carefully concealed. Nothing at all is carefully concealed. We must open all doors and let the light come streaming through. We must open all doors. Don't let there be anything that you're unwilling to open up to let the Holy Spirit shine his light on. We must open all doors and let the light come streaming through. There are no hidden chambers in God's temple. Its gates are open wide to greet his Son. No one can fail to come where God has called him, if he close not the door himself upon his Father's welcome. Only you can stop love from being in your life. Okay, no one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Today I seek and find all that I want. My single purpose offers it to me. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Okay, let's see what's going on around the world today. It's Feast of Saint Mamertus. It's also Gospel Day of Tuvalu. Out of holidays and observances, Eat What You Want Day, Foam Rolling Massage Day, Twilight Zone Day, Women's Checkup Day, and World Ego Awareness Day. And what we want to do is, if we want to become aware of something that is not real, well, then you can have an Ego Awareness Day. But my recommendation is to become aware that you don't want to have any part to do with an illusory self that you imagined that you made. And you want to find your reality. What we might change it into is World Self-Awareness Day, with a capital S that's one with God. Peace. Okay, let's see. Out of the herb book. You know, we talked about the white birch yesterday, the Betula alba. Today we're going to talk about the Betula lenta, which is the black birch. I thought it'd be Betula nigra, which is usually like in the black walnut is a Juglin nigra. A black oak is a Rubra nigra, but of the birches, it's a Betula lenta. It's also known as the black cherry is also called a cherry birch, a mahogany birch, a spice birch, and a sweet birch. The medicinal parts are the leaves and the inner bark again, and it's an anthelmintic, which is basically a wormer, an astringent, and a diuretic. It's used for urinary problems and to expel worms. It makes a good mouthwash, helps with diarrhea, rheumatism, and with boils. And then out of, thank it's number 44 in the herb book, so we thank the author of the herb book, John Lust, I think might be his name, for his contribution to our understanding of herbology. It's always nice to have these ideas that we're one and we're not vulnerable, but if we can't quite reach it or we don't know what to do and we want to relieve some suffering, here's some stuff we can actually do in the physical world that helps people. We can make them a cup of tea, knowing that they can tell us their problem. They may have a boil, and we say, "Well, can I make you a cup of tea?" And you can say, the herb book says you can put that tea on your boil, or you can drink it and have it help you. Whatever you can do to relieve suffering is the idea. Okay, and out of edible landscaping, We've got the Shing Asian persimmon, which is a Diospirus khaki, and these are the ones out of edible landscaping that are soft when ripe. And the Shing Asian persimmon, a tree of upright, irregular branches. It has exceptionally large, glossy green leaves with moderate fall coloration. Its 3 to 4 inch orange fruit is one of the largest of fine quality. It's sweet and ready to eat when soft. Dwarf-sized tree, zone 6 through 8, so it'll work great here in the Ozarks. The Shing Asian persimmon. Thank you, Edible Landscaping, for that information. And let's close with our song, and I'll sing through the things that we're to say throughout the day and what we're to say before our 3 to 10 minute practice period. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Today I seek and find all that I want. My single purpose offers it to me. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. I ask to see a different world. I ask to see a different world and think a different kind of thought from those I made. The world I seek I did not make alone. The thoughts I want to think are not my own. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Today I seek and find all that I want. My single purpose offers it to me. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. I ask to see a different world and think a different kind of thought from those I made. The world I seek I did not make alone. The thoughts I want to think are not my own. The thoughts I want to think are not my own. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. And our word for peace today is from the Eben folks of Marshall Islands, or also known as the Marshallese. You know, there's 1,200 Marshall Islands. And Ebens, that's not the extraterrestrials. There's also some Ebens that are extraterrestrials I'm hearing. Anyway, their word for peace is Aenomman. Aenomman. Aenomman be with you. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Aenomman.